with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and we have a really amazing guest host today. Icewear Vezzo's in the building.
Yeah, what up, though?
What up, though? He is so excited because I asked him about the Lions.
Yeah, we turned up right now.
Have you always been a Detroit Lions fan?
Never.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think none of us been Lions fans. Well, you know, we got some like diehard fans though, but it's crazy. The energy's just crazy. It's been lit all like every day.
So who was your team prior to this?
The Rams.
And is it still your team or
The Lions my team.
Okay, that's your team now. Is that called being on the bandwagon, or is that okay because he's from there? I'm just asking.
I think it's okay.
We're going to talk all about that, though, but you're here today. Hopefully, we're going to get some information on releases and things like that, okay? Because I know we've been waiting for this for over a year.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Last time you were here, we talked about it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, when we come back, we're going to shine a light. That's how we always start the show, with some positivity. Coach Jessie and Stephanie Fisher stopping through. She does the Detox Now. So we're going to talk about all things health related for Wealth Wednesday. Health is Wealth Wednesday today. It's Way Up. Icewear Vezzo's here.
Yeah.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee with my guest host, Icewear Vezzo.
What it do?
And this is what we do right now. We shine a light on people doing positive things. And today we're going to shine a light on your wife, Kiara, for her fresh and pressed juice bar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you shine a light.
Listen, she got a organic juice bar. It's in Troy, Michigan. It's so tone, and she went and got so much knowledge and insight about that industry, and it's a passion for her. I was scared at first, but like the juice bar doing extremely well, and we getting people from all over the state of Michigan coming to that joint. So, you know, and she one of the only black-owned juice bar out where we at. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and then and the community's super supportive though. It's like it wasn't no weird vibes or nothing like that. The mayor of Troy, Michigan, she's at the juice bar all the time.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, and it's just lit. It's doing so good. I'm super proud of her, you know.
Well, shout out to Kiara, and I think there's nothing more important than bringing businesses to communities that actually are beneficial, because juicing is something, you know, we said it's a Health is Wealth Wednesday today, but you know, I'm reopening my juice bar in Brooklyn on the 25th, and I'm excited about that. So when I found out she was opening hers, I found out initially a couple of years ago that she was doing that. I was really excited.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, well, let's shine that light.
Kiki.
All right, Kiki. Now, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. Let's see if you could top that. Kia, who you want to shine a light on?
So I want to shine a light on two people. The first person is my spouse, Jay. She's amazing. We've been going through a lot of stuff, and she's been holding it down, and she hasn't broken. So I just want to shine a light on her because she is the love of my life, like just awesome.
I love it. And who's the second person?
The second person is you.
Ooh, okay.
Because I called on, I think it's called Wealth Wednesday, about my business and getting investors and stuff, and you was like, look into the resources we have. I filled out like 4 grant applications. I got 1 call back yesterday.
Ooh.
So I just want to thank you so much, because it was like kind of putting the fire under me to get started, like, or push myself more.
Yeah.
So I truly do appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so happy that happened. I wish you so much luck with that too, and keep looking, you know, for those grants and filling out those applications. You can get as many as you need. So any place that can get it for you. I'm so happy to hear that. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for calling. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light. And when we come back, we got your Yeetie, and let's talk all things festivals. A lot of announcements yesterday. We'll talk about Coachella. We'll talk about Governor's Ball, Drake and J. Cole, all the things. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and live from the 6, I got my co-host Icewear Vezzo with me.
Big Ice, what up with it?
All right, you ready to do some Yeetie?
Let's get it.
All right, let's talk about Coachella first. They have announced the lineup. All right, headliners, Lana Del Rey, first night, then Tyler, the Creator, and then Doja Cat. Those are all the headliners, and No Doubt is having a reunion. Now, other people who are performing, have you ever been to Coachella?
I ain't never been to Coachella.
Me neither.
Never. How you ain't never went?
I don't know. I heard it's a vibe though. Like I would, and I should have gone like when Wu-Tang was there, but it's a trek.
Where is it at?
It's in California, right? In like the desert or something. I don't know. I've never been. But yeah, so other people that are going to be performing, Ice Spice will be out there. Blast, who I really like too. Let me see. Who else is on this? There's a lot of people that's going to be there. Victoria Monet, who's really amazing. Little Yachty's going to be performing too. That's the thing too. You also learn about a lot of new artists when you go because it's all different genres of music. Kind of like the iHeart Festival, Yeah. The Governor's Ball has also been announced, and SZA, Post Malone, 21 Savage will all be performing. Victoria Monet's on this one too. What's the biggest festival you've done?
Summer Jam.
I mean, that's a big deal.
No, I did. I did Rolling Loud. I did
Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud is a vibe now.
Rolling Loud, I was turned up too.
All right. And then Drake and J. Cole have pushed back their It's All a Blur Big as the What tour. Originally, it was going to be kicking off Thursday, January 18th. That's tomorrow. But now it's starting on February 2nd. So what happens if you got tickets earlier on for these earlier dates?
They got to honor them joints.
Right? Because then what if you booked flights, you got a room, you got ready for a whole vibe, but yeah, it's been pushed back. All right, and here is another tour, and we talked about this in the room. Janet Jackson has announced her Together Again tour dates, and she'll be on tour with Nelly. All right, tickets go on sale this Friday. I did think, I was like, that's a random.
I'm not gonna lie, like that's a random little mix up. That crowd that's gonna be a crazy crowd. Janet and Nelly.
Janet Jackson and Nelly. But people will, I'm sure, be dancing. And your manager Chanel said, she was like, that sounds like Jermaine Dupri had some type of hand.
I feel like he did, without a doubt.
But her last tour was sold out. And I actually saw her perform at Essence Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And that was amazing. That was like one of my highlights of seeing Janet Jackson perform. I met Janet Jackson once.
How is she?
I fanned out. She's like sweet, she's very soft spoken. And this is the only time this ever happened. They said we could interview her, but we couldn't ask her about like anything really. And we were like, okay, no problem.
We're just gonna stare at her.
We gotta ask her like a couple of, little softball questions, and that was it. But it's Janet Jackson. You're not gonna turn down
still an honor.
An opportunity like that. Who's somebody you met that you were super hype about?
Who I was super hype about when I first met, I'm not gonna lie, it was Pluto. And then we became homies, so it just got regular.
Yeah, at first you like, let me try to act cool.
Like, it's Pluto, but it's
love your music. Love your music.
For sure.
And Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign, their album has been pushed back until February. So I know people have been hearing what's going to come out. Now that date is February 9th. So we'll see what happens. It was supposed to come out, I think, January 19th, this Friday, but now it's coming out.
Everybody pushing their joints back.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. All right, well, that is your Yeetie, and when we come back, we have About Last Night. Now, Vezzo, you got here last night. This is where we talk about what we did last night. I'll tell you what I did last night. I tried to do dry January, where you don't drink all of January, but Jasmine, my friend Jasmine, was here, and we got drunk. All right, it's way up.
Last night. So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my co-host Icewear Vezzo's here.
What up?
Yes, indeed. Now, About Last Night, that's where we talk about what we did last night. You were working yesterday.
Yeah, I was working. I was in the studio cooling, but let's hear about your night, though.
No, but before we get to that, all right, since you were in the studio working, what does this mean about your project coming out?
My project dropping February 2nd. It's been a long time coming. I spent the full year putting this joint together. It's crazy. I've been chilling. I've been laid back. I ain't been doing nothing. I've been waiting for this moment, so it's about to go up.
We're going to talk more about it this morning, too, or this afternoon. For me last night, so I tried to do this whole dry January. My birthday was January 3rd, and then I really haven't had a drink other than some iBest wine since January 4th. And that's just because I was like, all right, I'm going to take a little break, maybe a little bit of wine, but that's it. But yesterday, Jasmine Brand was here, and when I left work, we went to Lagos. That's a restaurant in Times Square. It's Afro-Caribbean food. It's really good. So we go there. I was on the phone doing some work stuff. Next thing I know, Jasmine ordered some drinks. And then I felt like, I gotta drink the drink.
She's drinking, so I'm gonna just go ahead and that's how you felt.
That's how I felt. And I had like a long day yesterday. I also did a deposition yesterday. That was my first time ever having a deposition.
For real?
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
That's crazy. A deposition yesterday here in New York.
Yeah, I had to do it on Zoom.
What was that like though?
It was long. It was a lot of questions, but they tell you like just try to say yes or no, and don't like get
but
into
don't they
too
like
much.
be like attacking you, like just being like real sarcastic with their questions and just?
Well, I'm not really in trouble for anything.
No, I know, but still, I seen the deposition.
But yeah, it do feel a little
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
you do leave there feeling like they was talking to me crazy. Like it's like they trying to catch you in something.
Yeah.
And then it's like I have 2 more questions, and then they come back and they're like, actually I have another question. It was really, really long, but that's my first time ever having a deposition. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have this drink.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that drink turned into like, another drink. And then the manager got us a round of drinks.
Okay.
And then we met some people at the bar. So shout out to everybody who was there. One of them was talking to me. She works at Chelsea Piers, which is the gym out here, and they sell my tea and my coffee there. She was saying that she thinks that the tea, she was like, I want it to be even more strong. I like my stuff really, really strong. I said, well, maybe you need to put more leaves in.
Right.
In that
Drink
case.
more tea.
Yeah. And then we met a guy who owns a jewelry store, amongst other things. One thing he told me that he does that I thought was really interesting. He makes money selling ones.
Yeah. That's a real hustle. Like
in a strip
real
club.
Yeah, that's a real hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can like take whatever percentage you want to take out the ones, and then you sell it as 100. But people already know this is not $100. For instance, like if they give you $100, every $100 they get, they give you 80 singles.
I didn't know that.
That's a real hustle.
I feel like I've never counted the ones, because imagine they
That's
give you
why they
and you're
do
like
it.
1, 2, 3. Hold on 1 second. There's $15 missing here.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize they do that. So that was my first time hearing about that. And they don't tell you either.
No,
They're not
don't.
going to be like, yeah, we take 15%.
Because they know you ain't gonna count it.
All right. Well, that was last night. Now, when we come back, this segment always gets a little crazy. Tell us a secret. That's where people call in, 800-292-5150, and they tell us a secret. Now, our job up here is to not be judgmental.
All right.
All right. We just let people tell us whatever it is that they have to say. Maybe they slept with their neighbor's wife.
Man.
Which did happen on Tell Us a Secret. It could be anything. Maybe they took their mom's wedding ring and brought it to school as a youngster and gave it to their girlfriend. And then the mom got mad at the dad. That happened as well on Tell Us a Secret. But we're not here to judge you. We just want you to be able to put it in the atmosphere so you can feel better about your own karma. 800-292-5150 is the number. Tell us a secret. I'm here. Icewear Vezzo's here. And we want to hear your secrets.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my partner, my co-host,
Big Ice.
Icewear Vezzo's in the building.
What's happening?
We already got some spoilers about new music. All right, coming out.
Yeah. Live from the 6th, February 2nd. I got a new. Can I play a song for you?
You absolutely can. We're gonna get to that. But right now, you know what we're getting to.
What's up?
We're doing Tell Us a Secret.
Yeah.
800-292-5150, and make sure y'all impress Vezzo with your secrets today. All right.
I want to hear the worst of the worst.
Anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm calling from the city too, from the D. So what's up with you guys?
What up, though? What it do?
Okay.
Nothing much. Tell them about your classics. But real stuff. I had a boss, and he was trying to mess with my deliveries. But I put water in his gas tank to keep my deliveries up. Because he was trying to play with my money. Instead of doing an option, you already know we from the city, so you tear up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, I put water. I fill this tank up with water. You know what I'm saying? I had to think a little different. And I'm from the city, so you know how that is. We don't want to do no mess.
Hey, what part you from, gang?
I'm from the East, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
I know. I was on that money phone when it was out. You know what I'm saying? Crash.
What it do to your car though? Can it like mess your car up permanently, or is it just I don't know?
It's gonna make it gurgle. And you gonna go to
Man,
the
you
shop
had
and
buddy
spend some
sound
money.
like you had dude sound like he was in a Flintstone joint, man. Going to do deliveries.
You gonna spend some money, try to get it fixed, and not figure it out, and it's water in his gas tank the whole time.
All right. Well, thank you. That's not. I mean, it's bad, but it ain't awful. All right. Thank you for
All right,
sharing.
now.
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good. It's me and Icewear Vezzo. We want to hear your secret.
I had a story when I was a little boy. I was about, I think, 4th or 5th grade, and there was this girl named Tammy. And Tammy, she was very developed for her age, and I was very attracted to her. So, I stole a book of food stamps from my mom's purse one morning and went to school. and showed Tammy. I said, "I give you some of these if you give me some of that." So that coochie.
In 4th or 5th grade.
Yes, I was like, it's wrong because she looked like a grown woman.
Hold on,
I was very attracted to her.
What grade you said y'all was in?
4th or 5th.
4th or 5th grade.
You first of all, you wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I was gonna find out with them stamps though.
Hey, the book of stamps though, man. This had to be a little minute ago, but with the stamp.
Yeah, because they had the color, the blue, the brown, the green stamp.
Did Tammy take the stamps?
She was about to until the teacher caught me, and she took them from me and gave them back to my mom.
I know your
but
mom.
She ain't tell what I was doing with them.
That's crazy.
Y'all would have went hungry. The whole house would have went hungry just so you could talk to your crush. Where's Tammy now?
Well, I never told my mom. That's my secret. Huh?
Where's Tammy now?
I don't know. I need to find her on Facebook or somewhere.
I knew it. Okay.
Tammy probably cold now, boy.
I'm telling you, man. She was cold.
Hey, you gotta know she ain't taking those stamps now.
In 4th or 5th grade.
I know that's right. She taking credit cards.
Absolutely. You gotta know that, my boy.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret. Y'all do not disappoint. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about Cat Williams. He is doing his freestyle response to Ludacris. We'll discuss his way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Icewear Vezzo is here.
Yo.
Big Ice guest hosting today.
Yeah, you heard.
You just heard some Nicki Minaj, and she also has added 13 new shows to her upcoming world tour. So shout out to her for that.
You turned up right now.
Oh, let me tell you something. Her album sales and everything that she's been doing definitely has shown you the power of Nicki Minaj.
It's that talent.
Pink Friday 2 has now sold over 1 million total units in the United States. So congratulations. All right. Marlon Wayans is going to be starring in a Jordan Peele-produced psychological horror movie. It's called GOAT. According to The Hollywood Reporter, he's going to be the lead. It focuses on an up-and-coming young athlete who's invited to train with a team's retiring star. That retiring star is who Marlon Wayans is going to be playing. So, looking forward to that.
That sounds like a Michael Peele movie.
A Jordan Peele movie.
Peele.
Yes, with Marlon Wayans. All right, now let's get into some Cat Williams stuff. That's what we're here for.
OG Cat.
Now, Cat Williams versus Ludacris. That's something I never saw on the calendar. But this all started when Cat Williams did Club Shay Shay, which has like 50 million views.
Yeah, that interview literally went viral.
Yeah, and it was
crazy.
like 3 hours long, and people watched
the whole joint.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's what Cat Williams said about Ludacris that had Ludacris respond with a freestyle.
So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Cat Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife.
Ooh,
that was harsh.
I think people were like, "Now say what you want, but his wife ain't ugly."
Wife though, but it don't matter how she look. That's that man's wife.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think he must have wanted a response, and Ludacris did give one. I was wondering. I said, "Is Luda going to say anything?" Here's what Luda did in his freestyle.
Never been Illuminati, only a Ludanati, and I only left with position when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say bitch for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns, yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise, comedians check your temperature.
Okay, Luda.
All right, Luda. It's nice to hear him rap.
Yeah.
Nice to hear freestyle. Well, Cat Williams then went on Suge Knight's podcast and did a response to that. So bear with us with this audio, but here it is.
Oh, Chris, I wish it never came to this. And you rap a free for the first time, but you dissed and missed the wrong side of history in a time like this. I'm so ludicrous.
Hey, I'm not gonna cap. I don't think any of that rhymed. I'm being honest.
It's his own style. It's his own style of non-rhyming. I mean, there's a lot more to that, but yeah. So that is your Yee. Who won that battle?
Luda. Cat won the interview battle on the viral side, but that was crazy. Disrespect that man's wife. That was wild.
Listen, what other interview got 50 million views?
Man, that's crazy.
They were showing his Club Shay Shay, like all the other interviews and how many views they got, and then this one, 50 million.
You think he expected that?
No. I know he knew it was going to go crazy when he was doing it, because when you do an interview like that afterwards, you're like, yeah, that's out of here.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have did a 3-hour interview if you didn't think it was going to be amazing, because what are you going to talk about for 3 hours? But there you go. All right. Well, we do have Under the Radar when we come back. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. And we're going to talk to you guys about Drizzly. This is an app that I did used to use. Now I use Reserve Bar. But apparently Uber is shutting down Drizzly. We'll talk about it. It's way up.
In the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I got my guy, Big Icewear Vezzo's here.
What up, though?
Guest hosting today. All right, and these are the under the radar stories. They're not necessarily in the headlines, but you need to know about them. Uber is shutting down Drizzly. Drizzly is their alcohol delivery app. I used it a lot, but I use Reserve Bar now, so shout out to them. But yes, that was pretty useful if you were at home and you wanted to get a bottle and you're like, you know what, let me just call Drizzly.
What you mean they shutting it down, though?
They acquired it for $1.1 billion 3 years ago, and now they're going to not use it anymore starting March. That's it. So the alcohol delivery service was a standalone app, and it was integrated into Uber. It's not going to be its own separate app.
Got it.
Anymore. Now, this story I think you'll find interesting. This is in the Robb Report. The secondhand luxury goods market. Do you know how much that business made worldwide?
What?
Almost $50 billion.
What?
Of secondhand luxury products were sold worldwide just in 2023 alone already. So
that's
the numbers
crazy.
have come in already. Yeah, and fashion houses are concerned. I'm going to tell you what their concerns are. Of course, that fake things could be sold secondhand.
Right.
And like a company like StockX, that's based in Detroit, where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
And so they do a lot of stuff on, and StockX does that authenticating.
They got a smell test.
Oh, really?
Yes, they smell the shoes.
Ooh, that's not my job.
Yeah, like they said Jordans and like Air Force Ones, they smell different. I did a full tour there. Like, It's crazy. They have a whole unit that just smells shoes. It's a smell test to authenticate the shoes.
I did that tour too, and did they make you see if you could tell which one was real? Yeah. Were you able to tell?
No, I wasn't. There's some good knockoffs out there.
All right, and some people are also saying that it's not fair that shoppers determine what holds value and what doesn't. You know how sometimes things secondhand, like a Birkin bag, is worth more secondhand, and a Rolex is worth more secondhand than something brand new. Some things hold value and some don't. Now, according to reports, Gucci, Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta, those dropped 10, 14, and 23% respectively over the past year. And Louis Vuitton loses 40% of their value on average, and Christian Dior bags almost are half the value in the resale market. So some people are working directly with the resale websites, like Burberry teamed up, Gucci partnered with The RealReal. Other people have launched their own platforms for pre-owned.
That's like Poshmark, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. That's crazy.
Do you buy things secondhand ever?
No, I don't, but I'm about to start selling my clothes. I only can wear stuff one time. I go spend $4,000-$5,000 on an outfit, wear it once, and don't got nothing to do with it.
I'll wear it again.
I'm about to open my closet up, y'all. Y'all can buy some clothes.
As you should. As you should. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour, and it is a Wealth Wednesday, but it's a Health is Wealth Wednesday. And Coach Jesse's going to be joining us alongside Stephanie Fisher. We're going to talk about doing this fasting detox plan. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I got my guy Icewear Vezzo here with me.
Yo.
Doing the Yee T. We talk a lot off the air, too, about everything, which I love. So first, let's talk about Pharrell and this Louis Vuitton men's fall-winter 2024 show. A lot of people went out there. Playboy Cardi was there. Pusha T, I saw when Bun B posted the invite and went as well. Lil Yachty, Sway Lee, Slim Thug, Lakeith Stanfield, Venus Williams, A lot of people went out there. Now I was showing you the Timbs, or we talked about.
Yeah.
What did you think about
Them joints crazy. I ain't gonna lie. They for sure that New York vibe though, without a doubt. Them New York all the way.
What do you say you call Timbs?
We call them the Alpos.
The Alpos.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me. But yes, would you want? See, now when you said it's crazy, I didn't know if that was good or bad.
No, them fire.
You would get them?
They lit. Yeah.
Okay.
Them
All right.
lit.
I saw a lot of people commenting on those. So, also, will.i.am has announced a new radio show. He's going to have an AI co-host, which I thought was very interesting. Artificial intelligence. So he's going to have basically a co-host. You see how they're doing all these AI videos and songs.
Oh, how you feel about AI?
I hope it means that I could, if I'm not here, y'all won't know.
Yeah, I'm just get to taking all them jobs and everything. Folks will be mad.
You just got to learn how to work with it so that you're going to still be able to be relevant. Because, people felt like technology always happens, evolution happens. You got to figure out, where do I get in?
There you go. I like that.
All right, now let's talk about Ari Lennox versus Joe Budden. Joe Budden was talking about Ari Lennox on his podcast. As you recall, Ari Lennox did not have such a great time on tour with Rod Wave due to his fans.
I just don't like you grabbing your phone to tell the audience how miserable you were when you didn't tell your team, or you told them and they didn't really care. If I got to hear all about the self-improvement, then I don't want to hear all about you being a victim.
She was also saying is that this had an effect on her mental health.
Enough of that. As a that suffered, I wasn't trying to show and tell everybody every second.
Okay, and she's being honest.
She being honest, and like for me, I think guys got to stop trying to hold women to a certain standard, or hold anybody to a certain standard. Her speaking to her fans and her followers, that might be therapeutic for her. And one thing he got to understand is that somebody else can relate, or somebody that may have experienced the same thing, and she can help them out. So I think it's okay for people, especially women, to let their feelings out and speak to other people about how they feel or what's going on. That's how you change things, change the work environment, change the situation for the next female artist that's going on tour with a street rapper. I think it was important for her to speak up.
And also, we publicly saw certain things happen. Somebody threw a water bottle at her. We saw fans having an issue, and she talked about what happened and how that made her feel. And so it's public, so why not address it?
Yeah.
Well, here's what she had to say to Joe Budden specifically.
I don't know what Joe Budden's obsession is with me, but what I will say is that somebody needs to tell him to stop touching them dogs. There's a million people to talk about in life. Like, I can never just express what's going on with me without him coming from behind to say something. I should literally just drop fucking K to sue him.
Oh. Well, there you have it. Ari, express yourself, girl. We with you. And if you want to know what she meant about dogs, just Google Joe Budden dog and you can know. All right. Because this thing's, I don't know if I can say it or not. That's your Yeetie. When we come back, Vezzo is here. So I want to make sure we talk to him about what he has going on, because Live from the 6th finally has a release date. We're going to talk about that. New singles. You have new music for us too, right?
Yeah, I'm playing that joint as soon as we get back.
All right. It's Way Up.
Let's go! Way Up with Angela Yee is back to set off your workday. Turn the music up.
Yes, Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Icewear Vezzo is rocking with me all day.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're guest hosting today, but we got to make sure we know there's purposes behind things too.
Absolutely. It's going down February 2nd.
Okay.
Live
February
from the
2nd.
6th.
Man, so the last project you put out was DJ Drama, Gangsta Grills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Drama.
Now this one, you took quite some time, because I kept thinking it was going to come out last year.
Yeah. I've been working. I wanted to take my time with this joint. This is the first project where I really started to tell my story. I haven't done that. It's a lot of things I've been through and a lot of things I did that I haven't shared with anybody that listened to my music or anybody that follow me. I want to bring the whole world into Detroit, Michigan, but from where I'm from, from the east side, from 6 Mile. You know what I'm saying? So I switched it up on this joint. I took my time with the production, with everything. We really rapping on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
And the consistency has been amazing. I'm going to tell y'all, I met Vezzo so long ago.
Yeah.
At Coast for Kids in Detroit. And I know you was about to get locked up too at
Yeah,
that time.
I was on my way.
Yeah, you were on your way. Your wife was there with you, I believe.
Yeah, she was.
At that time. And, admittedly, you'll say y'all done been through a lot together. You guys have been together for how long?
We've been together since we was 12 years old.
Since 12 years old. You know how wild that is?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I noticed a lot of people calling up from Detroit today too. People texting me from the D. Shout out to Christy, who's tuned in from out there too. So talk about the process of doing this album, because we do have a surprise that's not out yet that we're going to play in a minute.
So I drop projects every 2 to 3 months. Like I always been doing that. Like you say, I've been like mad consistent or whatever. And I never really took my time with any project I dropped, period. I never really took my time with any music. I don't write, I freestyle. And I just wanted to switch it up. Like I said, I thought it was important for me to just take a seat, take a step back, look at the rap game, look at what's missing, and figure out what can I bring, what value can I add, how can I be different? After all these years of having motion and being in music, how can I be different? How can I stand out? Detroit, we having a run right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
the Lions too.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, let me represent for everybody. Let me speak for everybody as a whole. Like, people paying attention to Detroit. So let me tell them exactly what Detroit is. And that's what this project was, all the way down to the production. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this him. Y'all make sure y'all grab this joint February 2nd. I promise y'all won't be upset. I'm bringing real street music back for the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can relate to it though. I'm speaking for the world. We talking about everything on that.
And I want to say this too. You've always had an entrepreneur spirit too, as a business owner. Even back then, like early on, you always had a business. Talk about that too, because I think people need to know that side of you.
Yeah. So when I first met you, I had a restaurant, a dispensary, and a car wash. I was I was 23, 24 years old.
That's wild.
With all of that stuff, I just always think it's important to find out other ways to get money and to be successful, because you never know what's gonna work. Rap might not work for anybody. It just you never know for any artist. So my thing is to keep going and keep grinding, but figure out other ways. If this is what you want, if you want to be successful and change the everything for you, for your family, for your community, then you got to try other things. And that's what it always been for me. So even through the midst of me making music, I'm figuring out this business and that business.
All right. Well, you guys, make sure you check out Vezzo's whole story. And I cannot wait to hear live from the 6th, because you said you're going to be telling us a whole lot more of your story. Like I said, been with your wife, been an entrepreneur all this time, been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I feel like still thriving. So that's a dope thing. But we do have Ask Ye on the way, 800-292-5150. Great time for you to call and ask for advice from me and Icewear Vezzo. I don't know if you'll get this opportunity. Watch his Earn Your Masters interview too that he did, where he discusses a lot of that business. But 800-292-5150. And now let's get into, you introduce this next song.
Let's get it. This is my first single off the project. This is Perfect, featuring the baby. Let's get it. Shout out to B Wolf.
Hey, everybody,
whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
you should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and this is great that Icewear Vezzo is here for Ask Yee. That's where you guys get to call in and ask any question that you want, and we are here to give you some great advice. 800-292-5150. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Who's this?
Renee.
Renee. Okay, Renee, what's your question today for me and Vezzo?
My daughter was living in another state for 5 years, and she wanted to come back home, and she came back home 3 months ago, and she's living with me until she gets back on her feet. Now, I have rules and expectations in my house. She was walking around the house with no bra on. And her brother's here, he's 13, and my spouse, which is her stepdad. And I asked her, I said, would you please, put a bra on, have some type of, decency. And she didn't want to. She said, I don't like wearing a bra. She laughed. So she just went and put a jacket on. And I have surveillance cameras inside and outside. And when I get up in the morning, I normally clear out all my notifications, but one caught my eye. It was a video and a picture, and I looked at it. She was walking around half naked in my house.
What, you said half naked?
Just her underwear. She walked out of her bedroom. and I told her she had to go.
Okay.
Am I wrong for putting her out? She's financially able to, provide for herself and on her own. And she blew up at me, stating it was no big deal. It was in the middle of the night, and when she left out of her room, she went straight to the restroom. And I said, you should have just put on a robe, but guess what? She doesn't even own a robe. It's all about decency and respect for herself and my house and others who are here.
Right.
So am I wrong for telling her she has to leave?
I don't think you're wrong because, like you say, she financially able to fend for herself, and that's your household, and you got rules, and I think people definitely need to respect each other's rules. It's your house. I don't think you're wrong, but like, have you ever had any like extensive conversation with her and explain to her like this is what I expect in my household? Have y'all ever had that conversation, or did it go from?
Yeah, but it went south. She was very defensive. She was yelling at me.
It feels like she's going through a lot. Like, what's happening? Like you said, she has to get back on her feet. What's happening in her life?
She landed a good paying job, and she was able to save up, all her checks, and she was able to rent an apartment, which is good because I'm not going to put her out in the streets if she didn't have a place to live.
Right.
But when I told her my expectations and what I saw on the video and how disrespectful it was, I said, you have to leave.
I will say this, though, on the behalf of her. It was the middle of the night. She went to the bathroom and then back in the room real fast. She probably wasn't expecting anybody to see her at all. And you have cameras. That's why you saw it. But it's not like it was, somebody was in there. Maybe she just was like, I'm going to just run into the bathroom.
But guess what? My spouse had already left for work, but he came back because he forgot his cell phone, and they could have easily crossed paths.
And that's the other thing. He left for work. She probably thought no one was there. Intention also does matter, and I just feel like, what was she thinking when that happened? The one thing, there's always a meme where when women come home, the first thing you do is want to take your bra off. You know what I'm saying? And so...
Yeah, but if I had already told her how I felt about it, and then she gonna turn around and walk around half naked, that means she doesn't have any respect for me, herself, and what I told her the first time just went over her head.
Okay, I understand this. It feels like you two will continue to bump heads. I don't know if it's necessarily that she's trying to disrespect you or if it's just a difference in how we are at home. But it is your house, and if you have certain rules that you want her to abide by and she can't abide by those rules, then you guys can't coexist in the same space. But I think that you also have to give her some grace on the fact that she's not doing anything intentionally. And also try to hear her out. Maybe y'all can't live together and she has the option to do that, but you also have to listen to her as well.
Yeah. I talked to a close friend of mine, and she was telling me, we need to have a long talk before she does leave because life is too short and she can go out here and you never know what could happen, or I could leave and something could happen.
Yeah, because these seem like minor things, so I hope you guys can work through this.
I'm sure we will. I just wanted to get some input from you.
Yeah. Just think about intention and have that conversation. And I wish you guys so much luck. That's your family. That's your child. That's your flesh and blood.
I know.
Okay. Lead with love.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, guys.
No
Y'all
problem.
have a nice afternoon.
You too. All right. Well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could still leave a message. Vezzo was like, she was like, am I wrong? She was not going to be wrong no matter what.
Her mind was already
made up.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we do have Coach Jesse and Stephanie Fisher joining us for a Health is Wealth Wednesday. It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And of course, I have my good friend Coach Jesse here with me. I also have Stephanie Fisher, who you guys will get to meet today.
Yes.
But even before we get into that, I just want to congratulate Coach Jesse on your daughter, Nia. She is actually starring in The Lion King on Broadway.
Yes. And this is actually her vocal coach.
Oh, okay.
That's how I met Stephanie, who you'll get to hear more. But oh my God, that is how we connected.
Oh, teach me a little something.
No, I'm kidding.
She is renowned.
I don't want to
Like,
hurt anybody.
This woman is renowned. She travels all over the world.
Okay, well, listen, the reason that we're here today, because it is a new year, and we know in the beginning of the year, a lot of people are trying to do a reset.
Yes.
And I've done this with you before, but it's been a while.
Yes.
So it's the 2024 Reset Challenge. So Coach Jessie, tell us about this.
Yes. So it's the fast to reset our body's detox function so that we heal from the inside out, right? If I were to ask you if fasting and detoxing is the same, what would you say?
No.
But many people don't know what the difference is.
They don't know.
Right? So detoxing is your body's natural ability to eliminate toxins from the body, and it is an involuntary process. That means you do it through respiration, breathing, defecation, pooping, urination, peeing, and perspiration, sweating. But the toxic world that we live in, the foods, the stress, the people, yeah, all of that, it clogs up the drain. So what happens is now the vital organs, the liver, the lungs, the kidneys, right, the digestive system and the lymphatic system, all of those major organs now become burdened and they can't do their job like they normally do. So what a fast is a voluntary process to reset your body's detox functions through eliminating foods, certain drinks, right, or no foods. It's basically allowing your body to rest so now it can reset and repair so that those detox functions can work normally again.
Right now I'm talking to my girl Coach Jessie from the Detox. You did the detox, the fast.
Yes, the fast.
The fast. And I have a group of friends in a group text right now. Right. Currently.
One hit me up yesterday.
Day 6. They're on this 14-day fast. And so the first couple
They're
of
doing
days.
the water fast.
The water fast. She had a pretty bad headache.
Yes.
And she told me, she was like, I don't know if I'll be able to finish this. This headache is so bad. And I told this in the group text. I said, sometimes this is like a withdrawal from a lot of the things.
Hello. Ring, ring, ring,
that
ring,
your
ring.
Body is
Preach, Angela. Preach.
The sugar, and the other person who's doing it, she drank a lot, smoked a lot, a lot of fried foods and things like that. And when your body is trying to, get off of that, that is like going through withdrawal.
Absolutely. And then the other thing is you have to make sure in the fasting process you're doing all the right protocols. So let's just first hit on the right benefits of fasting. The benefits of fasting are gut health, your immune system, balancing your hormones for female and male. All right. That's really important. Reversing allergies. A lot of time people think, oh, I just have allergies. No, you have a heavy toxic load that makes you reactive, super reactive to things.
And people
More
develop
so.
allergies later in life too. Like, I never used to be allergic to this.
Well, many times it's because of their toxic load. So when they do the fast, they're like, oh, I used to have allergies. I don't have them anymore. Because your body's able to now do the proper toxic elimination on its own. Then you have things like healthy hair and skin, lowered blood sugar levels. A lot of people have been able to reverse diabetes, like Eric Adams, right? Mayor Adams. Of course, fired up libido and sex life. We like that.
Yeah, we love that.
We love that. Maximize
love that
energy
for us.
levels. Better mental clarity, rejuvenating sleep. Right,
and doing
because
the
it'll help
fast
you.
does help with your cycle as well.
So for us, we have the 7-day. We do also have a 30-day fruit fast. And our favorite is the water fast because it's aggressive.
Very
intense,
aggressive.
But you get snatched from the inside out in 14 days. For real.
All right. Well, we have Coach Jessie in the building for a Health is Wealth Wednesday, and also Stephanie Fisher, who has completed the Detox Now program, the fast. And when we come back, we have more, so you guys may want to join us. It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy.
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Coach Jessie is here. You know her from the Detox Now. She helps women get rid of fibroids. She helps you guys do this fast that I've done before, that I'm supposed to be doing right now, but I just had a taco. And we have Stephanie Fisher, who just recently went through the fast, and she does it now twice a year. Well, Stephanie, which one did you do?
The 14-day.
Oh, wow. So tell us what made you decide
Yes.
it was time to even
love her
to
story.
do this fast.
So I work in the industry. I travel with a lot of artists, so I'm always on the go. And there were things going on in my body that I was ignoring, and I just took on to just be a normal part of just who I was. And that included being in pain every day and insomnia. And so it wasn't until my body was crying out so much, and I had a physical, and my doctor wanted me to see a cardiologist because hypertension runs in my family. I go to the cardiologist, and I find out that there's all this inflammation in my blood, which was why I was in pain all the time. I had a slightly enlarged heart. Pressure through the roof. And so he immediately put me on a blood pressure medication, and I was not happy. And so I immediately reached out to Jessie. I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. Did the fast, and I remember telling her, I woke up this morning and I cried because I wasn't in pain for the first time. And I hadn't known life like that in years, to wake up and not feel achy and joints, torn apart. So feeling that, and of course, you feel great about losing the weight, but to being able to sleep and just feeling energy, not feeling like I'm just dragging myself through the day.
Can you talk about how you felt during the fast, since we're talking about how you felt after?
Okay. The hardest part was definitely the first 3 days. For me, I experienced mainly just headaches in the beginning, but by the time I got to day 5, that thing switched for me. I was already back in the gym.
That's amazing.
That's what I'm saying. That is huge. And I want to say this, making sure that you have a plan for after is very important as well.
Right. So life after the fast for us is about how to keep the weight off and the toxins out. After the fast, you have the best gift. Your body, which is brilliant, when you start to reintroduce food, it tells you what you should limit or avoid.
Right now, I'm talking to my girl coach, Jessie from the detoxnow.com, and Stephanie Fisher. For some people, it is going to be really hard. I've known people who have had to drop out of it. What are some things, that could be harmful to being able to successfully complete this?
I love that you said that, because guess what? Talk to your physician to make sure, is it okay for me to do a fast like this? That's why we have, free consultations that are available every week, as well as our quiz that's at thedetoxnow.com, so that we can help you, guide you through the process of finding what's right for you. And the support system, just like you have a free group chat, we actually have a free reset group in our app, the Detox Living app, where we have a virtual coach who answers questions. I'm on day 5. What's up? I'm about to give up. No, don't give up.
It's so much easier when you have a group to do it with, honestly.
And of course, we have a code.
Okay.
Way up for 30% off.
That's
way up, one word, for 30% off. We're offering 3 free check-in sessions with Dr. Amun and I. So you'll actually have even more support while you're doing it together, whether you're doing the water fast or the fruit fast or the intermittent, you're going to have support. We're going to kick it off next week.
All right. Well, again, what's the website for people who are listening and so they can get their 30% off?
Yes, thedetoxnow.com, and at Coach Jessie, my Instagram, Coach Gessie.
Well, thank you, Coach Jessie. And also make sure y'all go see The Lion King on Broadway.
Yes. Follow Authentic Nia for her dates.
And listen, stay tuned, because when I come back, I'm going to be singing the theme song. After Stephanie helps me with my vocals.
That's right.
Stephanie, share your information.
Go to SteffiBloom.com. That's STEPHY Bloom.com. And you can set up a free consultation with me, and we can talk about your vocal needs and do the assessments and figure out the best plan for you. So visit
she's
me.
incredible.
And Steffi Bloom on Instagram. You can find me either place.
Well, I appreciate you so much for joining us, and we'll definitely be checking back in.
Yes.
So I'll see when am I starting next week with you?
Yes, next week.
Okay. All right.
Do it.
Well, it's way up. And when we come back, we have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my guy, Big Ice, Icewear Vezzo is here with me.
Big Ice.
You got a lot of names.
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
All right, so album is coming, project. I know people like to say project.
Yeah, that's the project.
It's coming out on February 2nd.
February 2nd, live from the 6th, available on all platforms.
And you said this is going to be a much more personal.
Yeah, it's one of them, but it's still a vibe at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I promise this is probably my hardest joint I ever dropped, for sure.
And you guys got to also hear Perfect. That was an exclusive featuring the baby.
Shout out to the baby. That's my homie right there.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I thank you, Icewear Vezzo. Anytime you want to come up here, you're a great co-host.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You always show love, too. You know I rock with you the long way.
from the beginning. All right. So yes, I appreciate you so much. And you guys can also check out the full interview that I did with Coach Jesse and Stephanie Fisher on my Way Up With Ye YouTube channel. Plus, in case you miss any of Vezzo's great advice, or if in case you missed Tell Us a Secret, you can watch that there too.
Dr. Ice.
Dr. Ice.
Yeah.
All right. But of course, the show is all about you. So you guys have the last word.
My secret is that I was having an affair with my married mechanic, and he wanted me to be his only woman, even though he was married, going home, sleeping with his wife every day. So the secret is that I was not being loyal to him. He thought I was. He thought that I was in love and that he was my only man, but I was also sleeping with the baby daddy when he couldn't show up. When he was home with his wife, I had to be somebody there too, so.
When I was in college, I was a residential advisor, and I had a key that unlocked all these other keys to every other room in the building. I lost that. So I had to fake a robbery so I wouldn't get expelled from the school and face a $60,000 fine for losing the keys. I had one of my friends punch me in the face. Police came, filed a report. I had to get a couple stitches. Long story short, 7 years have passed, so I'm no longer able to be looked at for that. So, yeah.
Going way up with Angela Yee.